I'm joined now from Washington by Senator Gary Hart, who ran for the Democrat nomination in 1984 and 88. Senator Hart, what could go wrong for Barack Obama now?
It's very hard to imagine what it could. Of course, this election will be close. All the last of the 3 or 4 have been close. But all the tides are running in Barack Obama's favor. The generational change, the need for fundamental reorganization of our economy and our foreign policy, and to end at least one of the 2 wars that we're engaged in. So I think from every standpoint, this should be a Democratic year.
Paradoxically, though, if he were to win, on the back of tremendous anxiety in your country, and of course in many others, but particularly in your country, of course, tremendous anxiety, in a sense, doesn't that weaken his position if he comes in as a consequence of a panic vote?
I think if, well, it won't be panic. There are cycles in American history, and the Democrats predominated in this country between 1932 and 1968, and since the Nixon years, except for 1 Carter term and 2 Clinton terms, Republicans have been in power in the White House. So the cycle has come around, and I think it would have, I wouldn't say it would have been inevitable. Barack Obama is, in fact, a transformational president, but it was coming our way, and I think he was the man of the hour.
Isn't it strange, though, how in a way he's become the figure who looks like the establishment candidate?
Well, that would be a description that would seem strange to an awful lot of Americans who see him as some new figure on the scene. He is becoming accepted, I think, by establishment figures, as you indicated, by such as General Powell and a number of others. But I think, frankly, they're accepting the fact that he is, or they anticipate that he will be president, and they want to begin the process of uniting the country around him.
You know John McCain quite well, I believe. What advice would you give him? Well, party considerations, nothing to do with it, about how he might try to bring his campaign round in the closing days?
Well, first of all, given the circumstances, my temptation would be to say, John, it's all over, give it up. But,
well, of course, but if you were just speaking as a friend as opposed to wearing a party hat.
I would say, John, go back and be yourself. He is not, this isn't the John McCain I know, or those of us who've known him a long time. He has let himself fall into the hands of the old neoconservative elements of the Republican Party, ironically, that did such devastation to him 8 years ago. And he is also following the lead of some very negative consultants, I think, and advisors and strategists who are making him into a kind of attack dog, which I don't think is his true nature.
There is some suggestion that if, as you predict, Barack Obama wins the election, he will set about with some vigor attempting to invent a new kind of world order. Do you buy that?
Well, that phrase has got a bad connotation in this country. There are an awful lot of people who think it connotes black helicopters and worldwide conspiracies. But when General Powell uses the phrase transformational, I think that's what I would mean by that, and what I have written about, is that he will have an opportunity not just to reconstruct the 20th century economy, but to build a wholly new 21st century economy based around information and not manufacturing, and begin the process of transition to a post-carbon economy, which is vital to this, not only to our country, but to the world. I think he'll also have an opportunity to reform and restructure American foreign policy and make us into a benign figure in the world instead of a threatening one. And finally, he can transform the military post-Iraq so that it is adapted to the conflict of the future.
Senator Hart, thank you for sparing the time to join us. Thank you.